try to get ready in the sense of you try to guess where your opponent might go. So you will look at his recent games, try to put yourself in his head. And this is slightly contradictory, at the same time you want to relax. And I mean, while the tension is building up, you're also trying to not let it build up too much. So at some point you will decide, okay, at 11 o'clock I'm going to switch off the computer, and after that I'm going to, I've done my work. Now I'm ready to face whatever comes, and you have to close it at some point. So that's roughly how it goes.
So sleep is very important before prepping up yourself for a good game. Also, I want to ask you this. You had mentioned in one interview that you liked watching Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator 2 Judgment Day before a game because that whole concept of a man from the future coming to the present to fix the present was fascinated you a lot.
Yes, sleep is probably the most important thing you can do, because the tendency, especially after a game, is that you think about that game. You can't stop your brain thinking about that game. So you want to stop that and say, okay, tomorrow there's another game, I focus on that. And a good night's sleep is essential. And sometimes you can only forget about a game by watching something like a movie. There are a lot of good movies that I enjoy, but that particular one, I remember at some point, whenever I watched it, the next day I would win. And whenever I watched it before a crucial game, the next day I would win a crucial game. Of course, it had to be somewhat serendipitous. I mean, it had to come on TV or some channel. Obviously, if you have the video on your computer, then it doesn't count. But I noticed that whenever it happened to me, I'll tell you, once in Manila, once in Brussels, and once in the Canary Islands. So in 3 places, right before a crucial game, that movie came, and the next day I won. I don't know, I guess something about that movie helped my mind wander off. And the future is a nice place to wander to.
Future is a fantastic place to wander to, absolutely. Now comes the next question. Okay, you've prepared, you've had your good night's sleep, you've watched serendipitously Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and you go to the table, and your opponent starts making moves that you'd not predicted. Then what happens to Viswanathan?
Actually, going to the game is the most relaxing part of everything, because till then you're so stressed about what might happen. Am I ready here? Am I ready there? You don't know, and the tension is building up. But even when I'm I feel not at all ready for a game. When I am on the way to the table, I'm relaxing. Because somehow there's a thing of, okay, I'm at the point of no return. Now we just have to start playing, and that's a relief in a way. So that's what happens. If your opponent does something unexpected, well, the adrenaline kicks in, you sit, you concentrate. It's important to calm down and make the best showing you can.
The reason why I'm asking about all this strategy and going to a game and all that is that I'm well aware that IT industry body NASSCOM had honored you in 2011 with the Global Strategist Award. Is Viswanathan somebody who keeps track of trends in the IT industry? Or was it just a one-off when NASSCOM chose you as a global strategist?
No, not at all. First of all, because it's one of the great industries of our time. It's reshaping everything, including chess. So even in chess, we use an incredible amount of IT, and as a result, it's a subject we follow. It's full of fascinating people.
Let's go on to another award. This is more interesting and more recent. Last year, the Russian government honored you with the Order of Friendship Award, along with Boris Gelfand. Now, I'm just going to take you back. You know it, obviously. You've beaten nothing but Russian opponents to get to become a world champion, and here you have last year the Russian government calling you in and giving you the Order of Friendship Award, and also the Russian, the chess Oscar, which is awarded by Russian critics and writers. You've won it 6 times. It's a little bit of an interesting relationship we have with Russia, don't you?
The Oscar was organized by a Russian magazine, but it's actually journalists all over the world voting. Okay. So that's. Of course, the Russians were the driving force, if you like, but they are in almost everything relating to chess. And they appreciate chess a lot. In fact, the funny thing is, in most tournaments that I go to, I'm the only non-Russian speaker. So.
What is your strategy when it comes to investing your money? You're a grandmaster, you're a top international sportsman. What is your strategy when it comes to investing money?
My strategy for investing money is the same as my strategy in, let's say, playing in an area of chess that I don't specialize in too much. So just like if I'm in an unfamiliar area in chess, I'll try to do very broad strokes, and that's pretty much what I do with my money. So roughly about 50+% in equity, and the rest mostly, let's say, safe investments, and just a very sensible portfolio, and even not too many exotics and things like that, just large cap. Occasionally we'll play things, but generally it's the kind of investment you can do and forget for a while and nothing should happen.
You said the words I wanted to hear. You invest 50% of your money in equities. The way the markets are right now, obviously you're keeping a track of this, the way the markets are right now, what are your picks? Do you pick, like analysts say, don't pick sectors, but pick companies, individual picks, be it large cap or small cap or a mid cap. What is your take in terms of the way the market is right now? A little bit too volatile, you'd say?
Well, right now it's a bit wobbly, obviously, because the Fed, nobody knows what they're going to do, and Europe, they might start flooding the markets with money, and this money has to wash in somewhere, and it might well be India. But still, I mean, given where we were just a year ago, it's very easy to sit back, and even one or two minor market corrections, you still feel rich. But, okay, I take my bank's advice. I have a mixture of funds and shares, and just well-known companies. We just try to see if anything is there any opportunities to get in, and we go in, something like that.
Is it okay?
And obviously, watching a channel, it helps you keep track. But
watching ET now, you'd say?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't think about it that much. I mean, in general, you watch because you want to be aware of what's happening in the world rather than I'm going to do something in 1 hour.
What exactly is Viswanathan Anand's investment mantra when it comes to the stock markets?
Buy low, sell high. Well, just look for
buy low, sell high. Did I hear that? You did say buy low, sell high. That's an investment mantra?
It would be nice to know when, though. But anyway, no. I would say just be sensible, and especially since 2008-9, I realized there's no point getting too excited. You just ride it for long stretches, and I think that's probably going to work.
What do you think India's chances are of winning this World Cup and not giving the cup back?
Very good. I mean, before the World Cup started, I wasn't quite sure. But then we beat the most dangerous teams in the beginning, and mostly I see us as favourites for the rest. Maybe not against every single team, but mostly I see us as favourites. But even favourites have to be careful. Okay.
One question that a lot of people would like to ask you, and I know it's not the most optimal question to you, but I have to ask you, your thoughts on somebody like Carlsen. Now, because you're somebody who's been challenging him, you've challenged him twice. You've expanded your, your range of events that you're taking part in, in terms of points that you earn in a year. It's a lot of effort. And what are your thoughts on somebody like Carlsen? Much younger than you. I mean, you were doing that to, your seniors when you were his age, and then now the whole thing comes back to you. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's part of life. It's part of life cycle. You get there's constantly new guys who turn up, and what's also the case is they have a new way of doing things, new approaches, and you try to keep up as much as you can. He's definitely a formidable opponent, but I think the second match went much better than the first, and there are lots of things to be happy about with my chess. So, in a way, he kind of met me the first time when I was at a sort of low point. So since then, my recovery is not only against him, but relative to others. And I'm half satisfied. And clearly, there's nothing to be too smug about. But last year has been good in terms of winning tournaments and so on.
Can we see another matchup? Are we going to see another matchup?
I hope so. But right now, this year, there will be just a lot of tournaments. And, I'm looking forward to playing a lot. The next candidates will be sometime early next year.
Basically telling me that it's possible that early next year, there could be another matchup with Carlsen. There is a possibility.
Definitely. I mean, I will play the candidates. And if I win again, well, there we are again. But let's see.
I'm wishing you personally from my end all the best.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.